Hey guys, what's up? It's Mr. J. Alabaster Jonathan. Just want to say I was on my way to the grocery store to pick up some things, and then I got the text from a friend saying, they found him not guilty. And I said, what? They found him not guilty? And it really shocked and surprised me. Um, all the evidence pointed that Trayvon, not George, Trayvon was there defending himself. The 911 call was the biggest evidence in there. And they're too busy the prosecution did a horrible job trying to say, well, who was it calling out for help? Who was calling out for help? Forget who's calling out for help. You need to figure out why did he disobey the 911 operator's instructions to stay in his car? Because the moment he got out of his car, as former Governor Jeb Bush said, he didn't say directly, but he said that stand your ground is for those who are being attacked. The moment George got out of his car and decided to pursue Trayvon, the law of stand your ground no longer applied to him. He now decided to take the law in his own hands. And he murdered Trayvon Martin. And if anything, I don't blame the defense or the prosecution. I essentially blame us. We we failed. How? Easy. We don't support our civil rights activists, our civil rights groups. We don't, more of us are not involved in the political system. And for the ones who are involved in the political system that are black, we're too busy trying to line up our pockets. And we in the community do not hold those who are in the political system accountable. Thirdly, we make jokes about, I got my jury summons, and we don't go to jury duty, or we do anything to get out of jury duty. Duty is a privilege. In this case, if we have more people like us that were on the jury when it came to this case, the decision would have been a little bit more in our favor. Now, who knows? It could have still came out not guilty, but at least there would have been some of us in representing this case. The fourth thing is that we don't support our black-owned businesses. People say, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, think of it like this. If you have more black businesses and they're doing fine, they're doing well, they're able to give to other organizations. They're able to make time to also let those who are active in the community, like myself, time to get involved in certain things. But if they're not black owned and they're owned by other people, they're not going to say, well, they're not going to understand your cause or your reasons. That's another reason why I say we need to support black owned businesses. Another problem that is our fault, we don't vote. We always say, well, I don't believe in the system. I don't believe we shouldn't vote, and voting doesn't do anything for us. Voting does do a thing. And not only do we not vote, we only vote in certain elections. We only vote in the presidential election, and I'm not going to get into Barack Obama and what he does and does not do for black people. But we need to vote in every election. It's time out for us for these low turnouts when it comes to our local boards and comes to our judges. We need to vote in every election. Every election. The sixth thing is that we don't hold our leaders accountable. Not only our political leaders, but also our church leaders. I am so sick and tired of every month one of my Facebook friends decides that God's called them to be a pastor when they really can't even manage their money right. I'm not going to go into that either, but we need to hold our leaders accountable. If you go to a church, if you go to a synagogue, if you go to a mosque, you need to hold the person that you consider a leader accountable. Say, hold up. Before we talk about pie in the sky and God Almighty, Allah Almighty, or Yahweh Almighty, let's talk about what's going on in society today. Let's talk about what's happening to us and affecting us. The seventh thing that we don't do is that we don't hold, how can I say this? Well, the seventh thing that we don't do is that we don't make our voices heard. That's what I was going to say. We don't have enough independent black media. We don't have, people say we have BET. BET is not black owned. Just look at it right now. Look at the difference between when it was with Bob Johnson. Now that it's no longer with Bob Johnson, look at the two dynamics. People say we have TV1. TV1 is not black owned. It is not black owned. It is not black owned. People say, well, we got radio talk shows. They're not. We got radio talk shows like WVON in Chicago is not black owned. They're owned by Clear Channel. And in Philadelphia, we only have one black owned radio station, 900 AM WURD. We don't have enough black independent media. We have the blogs. We don't have our own TV out. We don't have our own TV stations. We don't own anything. So therefore, if we don't have ownership, our voice cannot be heard. So with those things, we have failed. So before we start blaming, this person do this, that person do this, we need to hold ourselves accountable. We need more black lawyers. We need more black politicians. We need black politicians that are on our side. Let me be more specific. We have black politicians. Are they on our side is a whole different issue. But we need more black politicians on our side. We need more black leaders. We need more people being vocal and being outspoken, not just on social media, not just when they feel like it, not just on occasions that happen right now. We need to be more accountable. We need to be more vocal. And I'm still upset. I'm still upset at this verdict. I'm upset that even 50 years later, after Emmett Till, we still have to worry about basically being still being low-hanging fruit. It's just really upsetting. And yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. I'm being nice and calm and reserved because it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. I'm being respectful. But needless to say, we need to act. The time is to act is now. I hope that this verdict gets you motivated to do more in your community and to do more in your family and get more involved in the system. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for your time. Until again, peace.